To Akihabara Arcade as we're coming to you live with Winter Showdown 2023. I'm Silver Tabby and this is
Mini-Matt, and we're here with Uni Top 8. Exciting. We've had a pretty big bracket so far.
Yeah, this is the largest Uni bracket I've seen in potentially 2 years here. I haven't seen anything this big since I think Winter Showdown 7 actually. Like, the people have been showing up slowly. We've been running Uni brackets here at the monthly just consistently every single time. We get like one extra person signs up, one extra person signs up. And now, at our favorite regional, Winter Showdown, we have our top 8 here coming to you tonight. Starting with off in the top left, we've got Dusky and JR.
Dusky been playing Uni in Colorado for a while at this point.
Dusky is our favorite tournament organizer out here, as he was the one running the entire bracket through. As everyone, when they finished their matches, we had to wait and see that when Dusky was finished winning all of his, he brought us all the way to top 8.
Playing Seth, gross character, hard to block, very, very good.
Compare that to Enkidu, which JR121 has been mastering for years upon years, even back from the Unis days when Enkidu was pretty low tier. Slowly getting better and better as the patches came through. Going
He's
straight
big
into
blow
it.
Up. We have a couple Enkidus in top 8 if I remember correctly.
Backing off carefully.
Isn't a button check, we're getting right into it.
We don't need any button checks. We are playing Uni out here.
The buttons have been located.
I like Dusky sticking out that 1-2A to try and challenge Enkidu pressure, but Enkidu pressure is just overwhelming. Dusky challenging it.
Alright, what's the big thing? What is... Oh, nice counter.
That counter was beautiful, stealing the momentum straight back. And Dusky has been checking with these late fuzzy buttons. That delay right there on JR's pressure. Putting Dusky on a pixel and a dream.
Nice grab.
I was not ready for that grab. I got
this is huge. This actually might be a Dusky's chance to take back the round. One good mix-up here after this.
Using EX knockdown to build the orb.
Dusky does have Bridge Cycle too. I like that backing off just a bit to make sure that get Bridge Cycle in order to move forward with.
He moved forward safely and took the whole round off that beautiful throw.
Oh, nice.
That's
good.
That's
a bit of a drop there. Now we're in the corner.
Enkidu corner pressure is some of the scariest things in the game. The overhead, he gets a full combo off of.
Look at that damage. Block with his counter hit trying to challenge. This is death.
Yeah, Dusky has been like consistently challenging this Enkidu like stagger delay pressure with like trying to press buttons out of it. Don't start counter!
JR was ready.
Hold this.
Oh, nice block on the empty low. But Dusky getting opened up.
That's
difficult position. Almost at a full life deficit. JR has Bridge Cycle. Dusky needs to make this opportunity count.
Didn't get a chance to set before, but throws him out of the chain shift. Here we go. Dropped in. Oh, that was a beautiful use of the Bridge Cycle. Using the chain shift to call out the parry.
Nice grab, not gonna quite kill the only hit point that matters is the last. Let's go!
We are throwing out DPs here. That last like tip of his foot.
Great call, hitting the top of the screen. JR taking the first game.
That felt like 2 entire rounds of how back and forth that one is.
Still just the first game of top 8. We have some good Uni going up. That's for sure.
JR with a beautiful backwards movement and throwing at the DP. JR is not allowing Dusky to get any pressure started. He does not want to hold any of the orb OP that Seth can throw at.
JR is doing a great job of just taking control of the round, pulling Dusky to the corner, and he's a whole grip of damage. I think JR kind of recognized that Dusky really wants to challenge and is doing a lot of like staggered pressure like that, making a very small gap and counter hitting a fuzzy match defense.
Just saw another one of those counter hits coming through. This time, no counter hit here. Fuzzy just, Dusky just wasn't blocking low. There is one move in Enkidu's kit that if he presses it instantly to low, he charges it to high. I think Dusky might be respecting that way too much and takes it 2-0 for JR121.
JR just finding the path, recognizing that Dusky was committed to the fuzzy match as the defensive option of choice and just frame trapped until we reached the victory.
And coming up on our next match, we are going to have Maximum Degen and JunBear coming up next. So Maximum Degen is currently, I believe, favored to win the whole tournament. Dusky and JR121 were talking earlier today, as both of them, usually the way the bracket works out, one or the other one had to fight Maximum Degen in order to get this far into winner's side. This time, both of them were dreading the fact that although they managed to dodge Maximum Degen so far, he's coming up next. The winner of this one faces JR121, as we get to see Batista showing up for Maximum Degen, and I'm not certain who JunBear plays.
JunBear. Oh, I thought I knew, but I'm actually not sure. I'm not going to say.
I think they're coming from out of state.
Yeah, I don't want to. Oh, they play this person, and it's just someone else.
That is like one of the wonderful things about RFGC, our grassroots open brackets. Just anyone could show up that you've never heard of. Like our Skullgirls bracket yesterday, Sweetheart showed up out of nowhere. Like they've been in Colorado, but like never entered an in-person tournament before. They've been like grinding online challenge brackets because Skullgirls have the excellent thing. Show up out of nowhere, sweep the whole tournament.
Hell yeah.
Our open brackets just allow that to show up and see what you got to work with.
It looks like it's going to be Linne versus Batista.
Okay, I was going to say that this is an interesting matchup, but every Batista matchup is interesting, just due to how strange and odd and hard to control Maximum Degen's Batista is.
I think Linne in general does pretty good. She has very fast foot speed, which is kind of it's very good for dash blocking and making your way in.
Which is exactly what you need against the flash kick character on the entire set. She also has a DP as like the aggressive Shoto on the cast in order to get out of the infinite gem pressure that Batista can put on you if you ever get stuck in the corner.
She has that weird parry too. She has the tools necessary in order to not just kind of lose it neutral or get stuck in the corner. That being said, Batista, very, very strong character in the game.
Extraordinarily strong because, of course, you needed a buff in the Uni-CLR patch.
Yeah, it was great. They gave her a bunch of buffs and nerfed B-Drill. And then in the cleanup patch, unnerfed B-Drill, but didn't take away any of the buffs.
Look, you gotta mix people. How am I supposed to mix people without my instant overhead?
Yeah, well, they told me to master new movements, but then they said it was actually okay if I didn't. As Maximum Degen, our local Batista player, playing defensively, but moving in, and JunBear gets the juggle. Out of range there, trying to not get flash hit.
Tapping out of pressure for 2As. That is what Uni is about. It's really difficult. There are no system mechanics to get you out of corner pressure like you can see in versus games. You just gotta mash out when you call it the stagger. Which Maximum Degen might not get a life to try it. Oh, boom, wake up jab.
Maybe a little bit off. Maximum Degen gonna be able to get out of the corner. It's gonna kill.
Boom, straight into the EX slice, knowing that combo was like right on the tip. What? Okay.
Linne has a bunch of kind of pseudo neutral skips. She has the dive kick. She has the roll through his foot speed. Linne actually does pretty good against Batista.
Although she still has to be careful because the flash kick doesn't care what side you end up on if you use the roll to get in.
Nice.
That checks with the 2C.
Second yellow grab.
Oh, double gems. Trade.
Plus one block.
Beater. There's our first solid anti-air flash kick of the day.
That was so good, using the gem to bait out the roll attempt. I like that, recognizing that the orb was going to float overhead, JunBear the confidence to press a button, take back their turn. Knowing the minor advantages that just having a small and thin character, the smaller hurt box, that full screen run up just checking with a single B. It's very, very good. It means it's harder for Batista to just do a little bit more careless gem sets or projectiles at full screen without the risk of just Linne making it in.
Linne made it in. Chain shift.
Very great backdash.
Baits out the flash kick. Maximum Degen losing the first round as JunBear looks like their practice and experience in this matchup in particular.
Oh, I not recognizing JunBear. I actually played them in Zerd, and before we played, they turned to me and said, if I lose this match, see me in Uni.
Well, we're currently seeing them in Uni right now.
I'm seeing him in Uni. He was right.
Using Batista's oversized buttons in order to challenge the spacing in the corner.
I love reverse beam pressure. It's such a cool mechanic. Healthy Blood and Uni definitely are very fun to watch in terms of pressure strings because it's so freeform.
In BB Tag, it's so obvious that the Uni characters feel so complete because they're the only ones who have reverse speed in that game. It's like night and day. It's like, wow, I have no options. Play a Uni character. This is such an open world game. I love it again.
Getting that knocked down, that's such a good starter.
Oh, throwing 2 in a row. Empty low?
Oh, this might just kill.
No drop.
They're doing such a good job of structuring their offense.
This Linne coming out of JunBear. Perfectly calling out the round start option. Not able to establish Oki.
Just like that, we're in the corner. Linne's corner carry, very, very good. High damage, high corner carry, good attack.
Checks it. And recognized instant they got the grid cycle when BB used it. That was like amazing awareness from Maximum Degen.
Dashing through, trying to take the corner. But pulled back into a combo here. This could be one mix-up away from JunBear knocking Maximum Degen in blue.
Maximum Degen recognizing that air throw, that air fireball was risky and did everything he could to avoid landing. Okay.
Not block the roll through and this is gonna kill.
Down.
Maximum Degen.
They do the fist bump and knock it out. Maximum Degen sent to losers, as both Dusky and JR were expecting to face Maximum Degen right now.
JunBear flying into Colorado and saying, I'm here to win.
And
I saw you, the prophecy was correct. I in fact saw you in Eunice.
Oh, that was some amazing Linne play. I'm looking so forward to Winners Finals when we get to it.
Yeah, I've played some Linne out of state a couple times with Batista, and I definitely got the feeling of, oh, this character could just get in on me.
Like, Linne feels a lot like Chip and Xrd and Strive. It's just like, I don't know exactly what's happening, but like, please let me get this hit. Please let me get this hit.
She's very fast. She does a lot of damage. Linne is that character that's super good, but no one complains about her. She's kind of like in that lychee, failing, blaze blue bubble of there's always a bigger fish that people are more upset about. But Linne is a very generically strong character in this version, I think.
Like, she's the aggressive Shodo to work with, and it's wonderful. As next up, we're going to be running into our loser side.
Wagner time.
We've got Wagner time coming from our local favorites, TieTuesday, and Sura, who sent TieTuesday into losers earlier. This is double jeopardy.
I was talking to Ty on the side, and he mentioned hearing he was playing Sura again, and I think his quote was,
I see you, TieTuesday.
He was like, oh man, I have to play Enkidu again. We'll see if the run back happens or if the jeopardy is in fact doubled.
I mean, anything can happen during Wagner time.
Anything can happen.
The very first time I ever played Eunice, I ran into TieTuesday's Wagner, actually. The very first game of Uni I ever played. I still have nightmares.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta block for like 700 frames straight, and that's
just
how
like,
it is.
I never needed that chip damage anyways. I'm just gonna sit here. You gotta make a mistake eventually, right? Right? Wagner time does have an end, right?
Eventually she runs out of meter. At some point, you may play the video game.
As you're getting the heavy-duty Enkidu from Sura against our favorites, Rushdown Shodo.
Love this being located. There's another situation where, like, Wagner is a mid-dispenser. She has some high-low mix, but it's not really what you're getting opened up by. It ends up being...
Did you get impatient? Did you try and challenge that stagger?
And often it ends up being like a strike throw RPS sort of thing. And Enkidu having counters really gets to, like, pump the risk-reward on that sort of situation.
Exactly. And if he gets the counter, he can just side swap, steal the corner, and get his own oppressive corner pressure of all the overheads and charges going into it. Both of them playing the round safe and careful.
There it is. Very quick counter. Challenging with the button.
There is
not afraid to press.
There's very little universal mix-ups in this game. It's all about the stagger pressure. Plus 0.
Big life from TieTuesday. Has the grid cycle too. Very good place to be.
It looked like a missed input backdash from Sura with the first hit, and then just not blocking on wake up.
Blocking the can mix up. Wagner has like a bit of knowledge check stuff in that she has a couple overheads that don't quite look like overheads. A couple overheads that very much do look like an overhead.
Wagner time, starting now. Oop, we're checking the throws now. Second time, already adapted to it.
Whoa, catching.
Wake up DP.
Nice tech.
I just want to point out how lovely it is that we actually have plus frames for the defender on tech. Oh, that DP, no!
Big hard read on the CDP. In the corner. Get change shift reversal.
Recognize the change shift, you need to use this.
Sweet connecting, gonna get a pretty good combo here.
This game is just so violent right now. Every single moment, someone is running forward and someone's pressing a button.
These two are button machines. This is best.
Cool. Sura eating up the stocks.
Very ready to meet the whiffs and stomps. Wagner a little bit minus doing that as kind of a vibe check. Like, are you going to let me get away with this?
Overhead. There it is. It's the first time we've seen the fully charged Wagner overhead.
Big small combo. But this is going to be a great operate. TieTuesday changing the script, taking advantage. This is huge. This is step. And high.
1-0. One more round of that, as it's just like... That round was just so violent. Just like, both players running at each other constantly, taking 1-1 inside of it. And it all came down to, at the last moment, TieTuesday noticed his slightly mistiming an Oki and just challenged right through it.
A great start for Sura, though.
As Sura is doing an excellent job of calling out these DPs, well, I don't think TieTuesday has actually been able to call out any of the counters that Sura's been throwing out.
Great round for Sura. Might be able to spend some meter, secure a kill on another hit. But here is reversal. Nice.
Oh, that is the first counter bait that we've seen from TieTuesday this set.
Plus frames.
Plus frames, got both charges. Plus the overhead. Change shift.
Change shift. Doing a very good job of enforcing his plus frames. Nice counter though, not gonna kill. But that one certainly will do the job.
Beautiful play from Sura. Your DP, my DP.
Nice tech.
The spacing. It's subtle, but one of the reasons why Enkidu is so strong is that his massive limbs give him much stronger buttons than you'd expect from a sword than you'd expect from a non-sword character.
Nice throw in the parry. So stressful. Whoever's in the corner is just in for a rough time.
Especially with Enkidu's unique feature where Havoc, where all the counter hits are worth double.
Very scary to get countered by this character.
Massive amount of meter draining out the change shift from Sura. Sura tried to get the last little bit of it.
Now doing such a good job of just responding to full screen, forward moving hitbox specials by countering them. Sura able to take the second game, bring it to 1-1.
Getting up to 1-1. As now, we've seen mostly the overhead charge coming out from TieTuesday. Now Sura's been going for the multiple times. And another counter in neutral!
Sura's starting to get a pretty good feel about when Tai wants to move in.
Third one! Hey, you want to try it again?
Okay. Nice grab. Recognizing the neutral counters are getting a little bit successful. Grabbing kind of discourages.
Sura attempting to challenge the +0 situation and a moment too late in order to react. Plus frames.
Sura maybe thinking a grab was coming there. Getting caught. This is huge for Tai.
Spent both birds. Oh! Mistimed the Oki and used the change of beautiful bait from Sura.
This is so big. Sura's gonna take the round.
Sura is a single life away from taking the Wagner time offline forever.
Set point.
Shield charge. Overhead. Full charge. Drops the link. This is actually the second time this set we've seen Sura drop that specific link in order to combo off the overhead.
Going for the low there.
Well, Zero not challenging this time. Even gets a dash up. Blocks the overhead.
Nice change in.
Sura, amazing defense. And he just gets the counter hit on Wake Up.
Goes to the CBG. Says, I am confident that this will work. Overhead connecting. This is huge. But a critical drop.
Right star's turning yellow.
200 meters, that was a...
We're doing nothing but waking up Dragon Punch.
The courage to press a button. 1-1. One round apiece. It all comes down to this.
Match fight, match set. Wakes up immediately. Another counter in neutral. And then TieTuesday, having adapted it to previously, Sura challenges the dash up. We're playing Street Fighter out here. Playing Street Fighter's death bar. Wow, that damage.
Low shield getting crushed. This is a bad position to be in for Tie.
No grid. There's no way to even use a guard press to get out of this.
Well, and that time the empty was high, and Sura is going to take the last round here. What a back and forth match. Down to the wire.
The fist bump goes through as Sura is going to be surviving, and TieTuesday is going out at 7th place from our favorite Undernight bracket in all of Colorado here at Winter Showdown 2023.
So it looks like Sura will be playing Dusky in the next round, but before that we have Wild versus Athos.
Wild and Athos. I think Wild was the Enkidu player I saw previously. I'm going to have to wait until character select in order to
Three
confirm
Enkidus.
that.
This is the Enkidu bracket.
Oh, sorry, not Enkidu. Waldstein.
Waldstein.
The
This is
big
the
body
Enkidu bracket.
grappler. Hey, they both are just like made of walls of muscle.
They're both large men. Waldstein, how did he fare in this most recent patch?
I'm a little bit biased because the reason I am currently behind the commentary bracket as compared to on-stream playing is because of the Waldstein I faced on loser sides. So I think he's pretty good, actually. Like, the Rock Throw is something that if you're playing against if you just assume this is a big body grappler from any other game, Waldstein's Rock Throw is going to ruin your day. Waldstein's Wake Up Reversal is going to ruin your day. Waldstein's Insane Reach is going to ruin your day. Waldstein is fine this patch. I'm not going to say he's top tier, especially if he's got a weak matchup against the hard zoning Batista, as I misread who this was. Whoops. Nope, there's the Waldstein. Let's go.
Waldstein's has always been an interesting character. Crazy character back in the Unis days. Kind of toned down ever since then, but the way this system works, especially the way he interacts with Green Guard, which gives him some strange esoteric grappler options.
And then he doesn't even need to be a grappler. He's just got these giant, ridiculous lips. You see the range on that grab? And already, the reason why Wild is currently making this work is Wild got hit one time by a gun at the start of the round and just woke up mashing. Like, I've got these giant limbs and I'm going to use them. Make the reversal.
Punish from Athos.
Athos was looking to get that one gunshot and nothing else this round, and is now taking it back. Gets the perfect reload timing.
Counter hit.
Wild is just pressing buttons. The moment that combo dropped, we just saw the jab come out.
This isn't quite going to kill.
That's close. The rising jab.
Trying to maybe get on the commander, but Wild has connected. Will she be able to kill off of this?
No!
Nice change shift.
Beautiful change shift from Athos, keeping it alive with just a fraction of the life bar. Knocked out.
Oh, what a wire. Able to get that conversion. Get the corner carry going.
We are seeing right now a wonderful combo conversion from Athos. Getting the knockdown, reload, perfect timing, wakes up buttons. Wild is able to the round going in their favor. Athos, no combo conversion, comes back, mashes out, uses the wire, sends him back into the corner. I don't think they're quite going to be able to kill. Waldstein's high health is going to keep him alive.
Super is probably going to do it.
Oh, it actually killed?
Minimum damage on Super's doing work. And it's going up 1-0.
And the instant we see Athos go for a stagger reset with the reverse beat pressure, we see Wild challenging it and getting sent to the corner. Another wake-up Oki. He's getting hits.
Wild having a lot of trouble with getting in the corner here. It feels like he wants to press a button and get something started.
Which is exactly how that first life went on the first round. It's like that one button nearly won them the entire set off of that.
I think Athos is adapted to the idea that Wild is going to try to press a button, she's going to try to take her turn, she's going to try to kill. Athos is ready to
we saw 3 in a row.
Frame traps rolling out. It's such a big thing in Unis is recognizing the way your opponent is trying to defend and what sort of pressure is going to do well against that. It feels like currently Athos is ahead in that arms race.
Exactly. Like in that most recent block stream exchange, we saw Athos take out the startup of their plus on block low and then immediately cancel it just to make +0 because they knew that Wild was going to hit the hold the frame trap.
This is Wild's chance. Athos stuck in the corner. What a gunshot.
That is like half a bar of meter was gained from that change step because of all the green shield that Athos was doing to try and push away from the corner. Immediately spends all that meter.
That's a very good setup. It beats both of the reversals. It hits that one, and of course it jumps over a reversal command grab super. It's a very good tool for Elming in this matchup. And now Athos is just able to get this started. Very patient.
Able to get the full conversion off of that. Athos dominated. That was a crazy fast 2-0. Is that already done?
Yeah, I think the big thing we saw there is Athos picked up real fast on Wild's strategy of wanting to roll the dice in order to get a big tempo swing by challenging things RPS, and Athos just played super safely. Most of their setups were things that beat reversals. You saw there in that last pressure exchange, they just kind of jumped back in the middle of pressure, hoping to bait something out, and after catching the bait up, punished with Elmum's long-range tools.
And we saw, like, from the very first interaction that happened that entire set, that Wild was showing their hand what they were trying to do, and Athos adapted in less than a full round and just ran it back the entire way through. That speed, recognizing your opponent, and Wild not being able to adapt back is what closed it out. As next up, we are going on to our winners final. This one is first to 3. We've got JunBear, our amazing Linne, coming in against our defending Enkidu, JR 121.
This is a matchup that I personally haven't seen a whole lot. I would imagine that Enkidu does one of the Linne's big strengths is, and this is kind of true of everyone in Uni, is surprisingly long buttons. Having the counter available, not to just kind of get clipped by Linne's far range low, get oppressed by charge C, stuff like that. Obviously very good. I suspect Linne does very well at maneuvering around Enkidu.
And although, because Enkidu's got multiple reversals, not only in the parry, but also in one of the highest reaching dragon punches in the entire game that's extremely active, although I think Linne has the advantage, JunBear has to find a perfect opening where JR isn't going to immediately just reversal right through it. This is button check. So, last year at Winter Showdown, last year at Winter Showdown, a Marvel player from came in, Chris G from New York. They came in order to play Dragon Ball, but entered basically every game. I had a chance to chat with them, and they gave the simple advice of always do a button check, no matter what. Especially if you play multiple games. If you're hopping from Dragon Ball to Unist, you need to get that muscle memory in the right spot, because otherwise you're just going to drop every combo. The little subtleties in the buffer system are going to make you play aggressive round starts.
It also gives you a free 2 or 3 times to practice doing Tiger Knee, whatever.
Exactly. Every game's Tiger Knee is subtly different. As JunBear still have a perfect life bar. is making that neutral play work. Both these hits have been neutral exchanges.
Good parry from JR is going to be able to put JunBear in the corner.
Meaty save.
Bail off.
I think that's misinput. I did play JR about a month ago, and he had a misinput bail off as well. But making the best use out of it with the super. Big life bar missing.
Bail off to get out of the corner.
And, more importantly,
Ace from JR.
broke JR's grids. JR looking for the basic.
Actually, this might kill. Not like that.
I think if they had gotten like one extra hit in, they could have dropped super and get the kill. But that subtle spacing issue made it so JR was able to take the follow-up section. Juggle off the fireball. JunBear looking impressive.
Good conversion side swap to put him in the corner.
Not quite the corner. The corner enough for JR.
Oh, I like that whip cancel. Enkidu's very cool.
I'm glad that they buffed Enkidu, as long as I don't have to play him in brackets.
Trying to catch the jump. Unfortunately, gets side swapped for the trouble. Now JunBear has to block.
Low, pushes out, bars the overhead. And we're seeing a lot of green shields from JunBear in particular. Look at how much grid they've built up. Not that they're going to be able to use it because the cycle didn't come down by the time JR just ran out of life.
Very patient neutral. Neither player kind of wanted to be the one to have this happen to him.
JR getting started, the backdash, and plays it safe. There's the DP I'm talking about. That thing is huge, it's incredibly active, it's going to be very hard for Linne to get over it, even with the extra overhead she's got.
Huge damage off of air hit. This isn't going to kill, but this is going to be a good opportunity.
Oh, JR going straight through the veil off defensive bursts.
JR taking the first game.
Winners finals, so we have a lot of games in front of that. Just barely not able to punish, as Linne does have some really good frame data to go for speed.
Great conversion. Side swap, corner carry. Time to mix. A bit of a drop there, but able to punish that and take back the momentum.
The subtleties, like one extra hit in, Uni can have, oh, the chain shift on the single hit confirmed. There, the great reflexes. Charging a little bit to get the grid cycle. Grid management is so huge. The presence of mind to just that little bit of extra charge to make sure Enkidu doesn't get chain shift, to be able to get that sick wake of chain shift is so important. That tiny little awareness of the exact timing of the grid cycle and how safe you are on the knockdown. JunBear almost got a perfect that last round. Just like a little bit of chip damage to find this. Dive kick. Beautiful. Checks out. Not able to get the situation. JunBear comes in with an assault. Meaty save.
Good blocks. Get the green shield.
There's the overhead from Linne.
Combo not going to kill. Will make some necessary. Once again, charging for a little bit. Trading slightly better Oki for making sure that no wake-up chain shift is available. And it's so big. Wake-up chain shift. It is so strong at changing momentum. 0 on whiff, screen freeze that lets you see exactly what the media option is. Especially in a game where you can't block DPs in the air and get grid broken for your troubles. Like, being able to shut down that overhead, that wake up chain shift, seems like game defining. Nice roll.
JunBear saying, no, I am not holding any corner pressure right now. You're holding my corner pressure.
There it is, the chain shift.
That's exactly the situation why JunBear was trying to prevent JR from getting any grid meter previously. Like that exact situation. DP, the instant they got it.
It's gonna work. Barely recovering JunBear.
Get the juggle. They don't have any meter, can't kill.
Not quite enough. Good tech. And getting the button faster. Oh, this is so scary. Nice. Short recovery on the dive kick. JunBear not only taking the round, going to the next one with 200 meter. 200 meter and a lovely start. All the way to the corner. Bars spent. Empty They're also on track to get the grid cycle. In a very good position to take this game too.
Even on that subtle combo drop we saw in the last Oki set, like JunBear is able to adapt instantly and is on track to get a perfect.
JunBear looking super strong right now. 2-1, one game away from going into Grand Finals winner's side. JR needs to make some big adaptations here.
I want to point out that most of the hits that JunBear is getting are fundamentally from a single neutral interaction. Right there, JR overcommitted to a dash up and got like jumped in for his troubles.
Yeah, and then JunBear's doing a lot of like neutral jump, back dash, and just kind of trying to whip punish things and getting a lot of mileage. Like exactly, just like that. Back dash, whip punish, take him to the corner.
Absolutely perfect spacing of maintaining the tension in the situation with that 5C. Oh, that counter was so scary. JR calls out.
Very
not quite in the corner. JunBear saw the chainsaw situation too. He's like, that's a whip. I'm just going to punish this. I'm just going to wait for this. Can they kill? Not quite enough. Bail off. I agree.
Grid cycle in the bail off, but a little too committed to the neutral jump.
Yeah. In a lot of games, being able to neutral jump, the cross up at the last moment.
Very strange hitbox interaction. I feel like that stuff happens less in Uni than in a lot of other games, but no game is really safe.
No. Just due to the nature of that one pixel wide line that determines left versus right, that is a defining feature of fighting games. JunBear, recognizing if they get this DP, they're getting corner pressure, goes immediately for it.
The low catches again.
JunBear actually preferred having the screen positioning over getting the Okizeme. Back dashes the potential overhead.
Getting hit by the charge C.
They have got grid.
This is enough. They're going to get 200 meters. It might actually kill. Yeah.
This is dead.
Optimal stuff. Double Fuga into anime super.
Beautiful coming through.
No, we're cutting away from the anime?
JR nodding, unplugging immediately. I don't even think it's going to play out. I think the game pauses when you unplug like that.
Oh, does it?
Boom. We don't get to see any anime.
That's so sad.
JR knew when he lost.
JR saving the stream from watching anime.
So, the next person to sit down is immediately going straight into a Linne Sleeper. Let's see if they can handle this life deficit.
Let's see if they'll be the heroes we're waiting for.
As it looks like Dusky and Sura are showing up next in losers quarterfinals.
Enkidu versus Seth once again. No, let it play, you cowards.
Cowards! Cowards!
All right, let's see if Dusky is able to run the Enkidu Gauntlet. There's another Enkidu player still in, right?
Yes, we're looking at both Sura and JR121. Still Enkidu's in the bracket. As this is a matchup that Dusky has seen many, many times. No button check this time, going straight into it. Set pressure, set pressure. We're blocking all of it. Sura with a beautiful defense.
But the orb makes fools of us all.
Cross up high. And just jabs right through it.
Dusky challenging the charge normal.
Despite all of that amazing defense, Dusky doesn't have a single clean hit on him. The reset!
Very, very good stuff.
Dusky
might be around.
I don't needs one more hit. Even a basic throw is going to be enough. What? Seth! Seth!
Hard to blockables.
Nope, not blocking anything. I'm just going to press buttons. My round. Sura, 3 hits in a row.
Get the overhead.
Got the overhead, but didn't believe in it. No counter hit, but Dusky was trying something.
This is just death. Perfect from Sura. Aggressively clapping back.
So we saw that last round that Sura's defense was amazing. Sura is ready for all of this. It was just a little bit of Seth's shenanigans holding them back. That's perfect. There's no way. He's not getting 2 in a row.
it might be possible here. Only one more good hit. Reversal super going to get Dusky out of the corner.
Counter.
Being able to chain shift and just on reaction to the screen freeze counter is so strong for Enkidu.
Absolutely beautiful. And Sura, after having a very convincing round 1 that went to Dusky, just takes the entire game off of the perfect and the beautiful corner pressure. Dusky has such a long way to go if he wants to survive any of the Enkidus today.
This is how it starts. Imagine out, taking the corner. Gonna get the counter hit. Blockable. But Dusky ended up in the corner.
Blocks the overhead, but still has an extra low inside of it.
Dusky again getting hit by that same setup, the rising JA, falling JA. Dusky getting clipped, trying to challenge a little bit.
The neutral jump round start from Sura. Sura is on fire right now.
Reversal super, it's Seth time. Nice tech grab. Sura's doing just a very good job of waiting for his turn and very hard to try to not let Dusky have one after that. But once Seth gets going, it's done.
Yeah, and Dusky, having access to the chain shift on that Oki, was able to get out of the situation. Oh, this is it. Down. Dusky, you're not running any Enkidus tonight. Sura keeping it back in. Sura's advancing to loser semis with... As now, on the loser side, whoever wins this next matchup that's going to be happening between Maximum, Degen, and Athos has 2 Enkidus in a row.
The gauntlet.
We've set up the gauntlet of shirtless, strong men with chains.
It's always rough to have to play the same character multiple times this late in the bracket because everyone plays different.
Oh, absolutely. Like, the subtle changes was just like, this guy throws a lot, this guy doesn't. This guy actually uses assault, this one doesn't. He goes for the overhead, he doesn't let it go charge. These tiny little differences can mean like a third of your life bar every single time.
Enkidu does a lot of damage.
Especially with his like unique special, Havoc, where his counter hits are just worth twice as much as everyone else. So just the tiny little change there as we now have Maximum, Degen, and Athos standing to the plates. So the chains on Enkidu, as well as a bunch of other Japanese characters who oftentimes are either covered with ropes or buckles, all of them are actually a reference to like Oni in Japanese mythology, where Oni had so much power they had to like constantly restrain themselves by just being tied up constantly with ropes. Enkidu's chains are literally, he is much more powerful than this. Like, he's ascended this plane of existence. He's only being held back intentionally because he's still keeping these things on.
Nah, he just likes wearing them.
They're also pretty cool.
It's all that's his like PR department. Enkidu just put him on and won't take him off, and they have to come up with something.
I mean, he's also got the white hair, which is also another mythology reference to Oni. Like, he's just straight up a demon out of Japanese mythology right now. Not that we're going to see any of it, because Maximum Degen is taking Eltnum, our crossover character from the Vampire game, over into Batista.
Eltnum is a character that has a lot of very, very good options against kind of like the Batista autopilot.
The autopilot in particular, but like, whoa! Think about the autopilot immediately just going for the table. We're not even letting any jump ins today. Athos. Wonderful.
Lots of shields. Getting popped up.
Last time we saw Maximum Degen on screen, the reason why they were being so successful is because they were like jabbing out of pressure constantly, and Athos was able to call that out with that sequence. But here, that chain shift power is huge. That's it.
Nice tech. The gems very blessedly make it really hard for Batista to get a grab that isn't a yellow throw afterwards, and we're all in a better world for it. I like this. Athos is just waiting to get the grid cycle. That's like, if Batista has one at all, one of her bigger weaknesses is it's very, very easy to just wait an extra couple seconds full screen to get the grid cycle for free.
Exactly.
It's the lets you get too far ahead on it.
And Athos playing beautifully, wonderfully patient, evading many of Max and Degen's options. The instant they get impatient, run up and do a DP, is the instant the game is no longer in their favor. Maxim and Degen, oh, another well-pressed throw. Is like using these gems in order to try and establish pressure. Athos just slowly backing off. Almost in the corner. Grid broken.
Oh, and that's the round.
1 second left.
First time we've gotten the classic, iconic Unis timeout. Maxim immediately spending on the sea laser. Like, I respect it. At 200 meter, it's probably just going to beat most things that Athos tries to do, and if it doesn't work, you start getting meter back.
And it's still plus. So, like, it's just a wonderful round start option to work with.
Big damage here.
This is the slow, patient, controlled game plan we saw Athos trying to work with last life.
That's Degen, so patient, but getting flipped by the low at the last possible second. This is death. Athos
With
bring it to
only
1 round
chip
apiece.
damage. That was like a single blocked laser away from being perfect for Athos. Careful, patient, not even trying to anti-air that, just waiting for your opening.
Spending money on C-Wire.
Slightly closer to that corner, goes for the side swap.
Side swap super good. Elton having on-demand side swap potential. So nice for him.
Slightly misspaced out the throw, Maxim Degen taking the turn, getting space. Using the chain shift, taking pressure. Athos is not believing in any of their anti-airs. They're just blocking all these jump-ins, they're not challenging them at all.
It's working out for them in terms of grid cycle.
Oh, absolutely. Like, look at how much grid is built up. At 15% a bar,
They're going to get like a full bar here. Immediately spending it just to get access to the super. And this is kind of like the Batista thing where that was nice. Charging at the last second to take the grid cycle. That was the big problem.
Athos recognized it, tried to dash up, and Degen predicted the dash up and checked it. That was a wonderful play. Baited the fail off.
Very good stuff. Ooh, that happens sometimes. The wall bounce goes a little bit further than you might think.
That subtle dash before the jab made it try to break any like off reflex Athos was going for. The throw. 1 second left.
Oh.
Double timeout.
Batista, real Batista gaming going on.
This is exactly what we signed up for. We're staring at the number at the top of the screen.
It's so tragic when your opponent is on the ground from hard knockdown, there's a second left, and you just can't damage them. They're on the floor, and it's protecting them. It's the betrayal of the hard knockdown.
That grid break is going to be huge. Athos' game plans relied a lot on the grid control, and we saw last game Athos lost control the moment that Maxim and Degen challenged the grid control. Athos is playing a lot more aggressively as a result and getting knocked around for it. There's our first DP of the set.
You're right. There have not been a whole lot of reversals, surprisingly, in a set between two Dragon Punch characters.
Even on Maxim and Degen having access to, there's the flash kick.
Someone did one, and now all bets are off. Both of them remembered, hey, I have this.
Parts have been broken. We're allowed to put them out on the field. Better not take these trips.
This is there it is.
I think Athos mistimed the reloads, the perfect timing, and lost Oki as a result. This is huge. 1 life away, and Maxim and Degen's been shown total timer control and grid control. Athos is not going to be able to use their patient game plan this time. The last second E-drill.
The 50-50.
One tiny misinput, dropping the combo, and Athos takes all that life back with interest. They have grid and
Going
change
for
it.
a little delayed on it.
Wakes up mashing. Grid cycle a second time.
Grid cycle, oh no.
They recognized it was too close to the ground to DP, didn't go for it, got thrown for their trouble.
Big punish.
Gets the life advantage, although with 50 seconds left of the timer, it's not going to be as big a deal as the fact that just this one solid combo. One solid combo away!
Nice throw bait. Gonna be able to kill off this. Some change it just to make sure. Nice bait, nice meter. Athos looking real nice right now.
Blocking, using the green shield to get grid advantage. Checks. That is the first time we've seen Athos mashing out of pressure all sets.
Athos decided they have had enough. It's time for violence.
This isn't real. I'm done checking through. Wake up your own DP!
Athos has a lot of meter. If they choose to spend here, it's going to be a grip of damage. They miss the gunshot and are in the corner.
That was a wonderful chain shift.
Bail off. Maximum Degen does not want to lose their advantage here.
He's blocking it, not challenging any of these jump ins.
As a Batista player, jumping around pressing JC, very fun to do. I respect it.
I'm so tempted to call it JB because that's what it is in BB tag, but no, we're a different game. Wait, spinny, spin, spin. Athos gets the hit. 200 meter with the chain shift.
Oh no!
Text the throw.
Not like this. It's okay. There was 20 seconds. Like,
meter optimal. We didn't need to spend a single drop of meter to finish that combo.
And we're at 1-1.
Athos adding a little bit of aggressive checks. Pates the wake up flash kick.
Wake up flash kick, just really early round stuff like that is so punishing in Unis because it doesn't have a burst. It doesn't have like a I'm getting hit, let me out sort of defensive option. So if you get it baited, this happens to you.
And Athos went meaty with the Melty Blood overhead and grid broke Max Degen. Even if Max Degen survives this, they've had no meter to work with.
Athos electing not to use the 200 meter super and now has 50 more seconds of round to play, but the 2A is going to take it.
Maximum Degen recognized that this was not a spot to flash kick. Tried pressing button, but they went for sweep, and Athos jabbed them through it.
Yeah, and for Athos, this puts them at set point.
We've got a lot of time to get to the corner. Oh! White's up, not blocking low. Throw.
Nail off.
Nail off, grid break.
Very, very good for Max Degen. Gonna get the party started. B-Drill, so hard to deal with. And spending the veil off at the last second to get that damage. Good blocks from Athos, able to get the grid cycle through defense.
Yeah. Very subtle anti-option select. Athos has been on top of all the throw techs the entire time. That little walk forward jab was perfectly timed to try and defeat throw option select. Like Maximum Degen has been showing some wonderful. The overhead from Melty Blood, grid breaking. Max Degen unplugs the controller, stands up and gives the handshake.
They're done. Not even checking to see if the combo gets finished.
The Melty Blood overhead from the charged 5B.
Just like that.
Maximum Degen is maximum gone from the tournament as we are moving on to our losers semifinals. Sura and
it's time for Enkidu.
Athos now is looking at double Enkidus. But the reason why running to the same character multiple times in a row is so difficult is because you have to adapt to each individual person's playstyle one after the other with like no time to rest. We just saw Athos doing that exact type of subtle adjustment, even calling out the anti-throw option select that Maximum Degen went for the end of that set. Like, Athos actually can do this run.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but if they make it through, they will have the chance to challenge grand finals. Colors being purchased, I respect it.
Look, you've got to optimize. You
gotta get your color.
Exactly. Okay. Fun, super useless fact. In the late 90s, when there was like a bunch of like first-person shooters and there were all these arena style where it's completely identical on both sides, the red team won 55% of the time. Absolutely perfect mirrored games. There's no mechanical differences. Map split down the middle. Everyone has identical controls, identical weapons. Red team wins 55% of the time. They are taking that 10% optimization right now. Get your colors, people. Set them up. If your setup doesn't have colors, go to the shop, take all of them.
I mean, if you can.
I mean, even if you're playing Stride, I don't care if it takes you 3 hours to go through every single fish in the game. Get every color.
the money just might not be there.
その力試させてもらおう
You can't fish for free. That's what Daisuke wants us to know.
It's Daisuke's vision that we're doing fishing for counter hits.
All right, no button check. We're going right into it. Both players doing a lot of green guarding, fighting for the grid cycle.
Sura, just because he's been moving forward, took the first grid cycle, while Athos, every single one of those steps back, is like, you're not interacting, I'll take the grid now.
Great. I like that both players did something very similar here, where they recognized the other person was doing a lot of green guard to try to get grid, and did a short sequence of lows into an overhead to maybe try to break the shield. Didn't quite work for Athos. For Sura, it connected, but Sura is still being put in the corner here. And this is a great position for Athos. The patience. Oh, that was nice. Grabbing the counter and then assaulting over the counter grab. Athos looking very good right now.
Sura finally getting another counter grab. Oh, but chain shift reversal, just jabbing it through. Athos' offense is looking clean right now.
That upwards gunshot always does so much damage. I never think it's going to do as much as it does. Uh-oh.
Oh, a moment too slow, but still take the plus frames.
Counter hit.
Not able to get the full Havoc conversion. The overheads. Sura was dropping that link earlier today, but he's actually hit it every time so far in this round. I don't think he's had any time to practice because the setups that we're using for the tournament were getting thrown over the melt too long.
Sometimes you're just warming up over the course of a tournament.
Yeah. Sometimes it might be a subtle thing because in order for the stream setup to work, we have to have a counter throw splitter. TP! Converts off of using the chain shift. Athos can't kill her, can they?
It's not going to kill. Can't do it from this amount of meter.
Throw out. Take the grid.
Very patient. Athos understanding that they have the life lead, that they just need to play patiently, and they can even go for the timeout of the victory condition if they want to, but they do not need it. They get the hit, and they are able to take the first game.
Athos' defense is on point right now. Sura, that entire those two last block strings, low, 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 low. And all of them were doing knee-based movements. He was trying to bait Athos into thinking it was the overhead that Enkidu got hit with earlier. Like, Sura is doing that subtle adaptation, fishing for a defensive habit. And just like Max with Degen before, you can't deal with this. There is nothing to optimal get. Athos is just that good on defense.
Athos is just down backing and trying to react to the overheads, and it's doing.
He is practical and Uni. Most of the overheads are on the slow side, over 20 frames.
Yellow guard. Or yellow throw, rather.
The grid break. Can't kill here, but no chain shift, no DP. The offensive fail-off?
Sura wants their turn. Plus frames.
Plus frames. Green shields. Athos is about to get the grid cycle. Might not be able to use it.
Oh, nice conversion off the rising counter hit. Sura taking the first round.
Double counter. But Athos is just too defensively careful. We saw in the very first game of the set, Athos was losing the grid cycle just because like, nope, you have to come to me. You're the rush down, I'm the control. Perfect reload.
Nice bait.
The crowd all went, the moment they saw that assault going over the throw. Beautiful.
Doing that a lot. Just running up, standing next to them on wake up, and then just super late assaulting to bait out a grab.
And then chain shift in order to keep this perfect alive. Fail off. Overhead.
Step.
Athos, another perfect under their belts.
At this point, Athos is a round away from knocking Sura out. Moving on to fight JR, the second Enkidu. In the gauntlet. And
I kind of want to see Sura win just so we can get the Enkidu mirror, but Athos is on fire. It's such an uphill battle for Sura to come back from this. Chain shifts.
It's kind of chilling. Athos has played very patient this entire time.
Like, recognizing they didn't quite have the spacing to get the conversion there, just went for the reload. Using Eltnum's single best button in her entire kit. One more knockdown. Mix for game. That's it. Plus frames.
Athos just waiting out the plus frames. A little unpredictable with the shield. Sura getting the grab.
We saw Athos using that like rising kick in order to deal with wake-up options before, and use it again here.
Athos being careful, trying not to be grid broken, but eventually getting opened up. Sura's gonna take game 2. We're 1-1.
That last moment, Athos was choosing, you're spaced out, if you try and dash up, I'm going to take it. Sura jumping over. That is Eltnum's biggest weakness. A lot of her kit is loaded onto that sweep. Right there, that button is like the single best thing in her kit by a long shot. But because it's so easy to jump over, it can be easy to challenge. Right? And that's what gave Sura the last round. But throw!
Nice grab. Ready for the roll through.
Nope, it's our OP. The overhead.
Flipped over it. It's rough. Can't block them all.
We're not seeing very many counter hits coming from stagger pressure here. We're mostly just seeing that overhead or the throws coming through. A-chip.
Nice.
Jabbing through it.
Athos is very willing to be patient. Sura kind of recognizing that, trying to run in, and Athos ready with the reaction gunshot. This potentially kills if they want to spend the meter. They do. Set point once again for Athos.
Slight meter disadvantage, but they don't need it. Oh, runs forward. Back block. Plus frames. There. That powerful sweep. It reaches like nearly half screen. Full conversion. Lots of corner carry. Gets the perfect reload timing.
Nice hit from Sura, though.
Are we going to be able to see the full Havoc conversion this time? Okay, drops
damage. Wake up jab. Athos just so good at playing very patiently for a very, very long time. And then just kind of wake up jabbing.
Not going to be expecting this.
Trying to bait on another grab. Sura
Overhead again!
On this, I actually don't think this is going to do it. Proration is too high. This is
death. Athos, the first Enkidu is down. One more Enkidu to go until we're facing Linne in Grand Finals. JR 1-2-1
or Athos win this.
Athos
challenge
is basically just on a straight tear.
Yeah, they've had to play for a while now.
Losers quarters, losers semis right now, losers finals right now. Like they've had to move 4 in a row if you count potential grand finals if they win this.
Fatigue is a thing though. I'm wondering if they're going to be all right without a break.
They're sitting down. I didn't see them drinking any water. Chatting out with JR, going straight into it. They already got their colors pre-selected.
Yeah, they're just going.
This is making me want to play Eltnum. Like, I kind of had her as like a pocket character for a while. It's like, I need someone with a DP. Who's cool? She's got a gun. She's cool.
Eltnum like just has a really broad toolkit. She's very good at dealing with most things. So she's not like the character that oppresses you super hard in a very complainable about way, but she's just got something for everything. And because of how her kit works, there's a lot of depth to the tech that can be explored with Eltnum. I remember Magnus spending months just like lapping out weird esoteric punishes.
Oh, the jump over. JR checking the dash up like a Street Fighter. Athos just like, hey, I like assaulting right now.
Great start.
I'm going to point out that Athos is actually getting the just frame of the reload OP. The very first frame is available.
Yeah, they're ready. And the earlier you do it, the better your frames are, right?
Yes. Oh, that
was pretty
beautiful from Athos.
Dead Enkidu if the meter is spent, and it is.
We thought this was going to be a long gauntlet of nothing but Enkidu, but like Athos is making it look easy right now.
Well, Enkidu is just like a guy who's trying to punch you, and Eltnum has a gun.
But the thing that we've actually been seeing more value out of from Eltnum in this set is actually the chain. There, right there.
Very, very strong sweep. And Athos is really good at just kind of sitting at that range where it's going to whip punish something and
Waiting
doing
specifically for
nothing.
people to fall into that range. Like, the round that we saw Sura take over Athos previously was because Sura was at exactly that range, like, you, right here, now, and then challenged us. Throw!
Nice bait.
For those of you watching at home, it's getting incredibly loud in here because over on our sister screen, Akihabara Arcade 2, they're currently doing Strive, and apparently it's pretty hype.
Strive's a hype game.
But for those of you missing out, we are playing here at Winter Showdown as Athos, not able to get the kill. As this is
Nice
the most
roll.
hype tournament ever we've had all year.
And this is losers finals, so it is 3 out of 5.
待ち焦がれたぜ
More rounds.
JR gonna have to make an adaptation here fast. Athos is very warmed up against playing against Enkidu and showing that they have a game plan.
Jutsu Enkidu special. That trade combo is in their favor. Drops it. That's huge. Does go for the side swap. Okay.
And now JR is in the corner.
Look at how much damage they got from just one combo drop. Take the plus range. JR jumps out of them. Doesn't let them dash up.
Alright, what's the mix up?
Block all of this. Green shield. Look at that grid buildup. The trade. You can't trade with the Master of Havoc.
High damage, not gonna quite kill though.
Reaches that magic pixel. Athos gets the hits.
The only health that matters is the last one. I wonder, no, this isn't gonna do it.
Boom! Wake up EXDP.
JR did not want to go out that way.
Cross up. Enkidu fighting for everything that these chains and this white hair stands for.
Nice convert. Athos is just doing so good at turning every hit into full corner carry.
Willing to spend meter off of it. The subtle detail about winning the grid cycles, every single diamond is 50% meter, that's enough to spend all of these EX bars and Athos just keeps running through.
Cool, that's it.
The early kill means they're only getting a tiny bit of that meter into the last round.
But it does put them on tournament, or rather set point to get in. Not set point, losers finals.
Losers finals. We got 2 more to go. Green shield from JR. Massive amounts of grid. He's going to have access to wake up chain shift here.
Nice. I like that a lot. JR recognized that Athos was going to be looking for the wake up chain shift and just jumped instead.
And JR's about to win the next grid cycle. Uses it immediately. Throw.
And just like that, Athos has momentum once again. A lot of meter on their side too.
And about to be more meter. That is like, that's the most grid I've personally ever seen in a single game that is a real situation, how far Athos' blue bars went.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of grid. Gonna get them all the way up to 200
Just literally just a whole meter from that. Not gonna be able to use any of it.
Yeah, you can't use it when you're dead.
One tiny misinput, one jump in is all it takes. That's why we're playing fighting games. That's why we have this tournament. That tiny millimeter with your hands going between high block and low block, between hitting your DP and missing it. That is the thing that determines this. We're fighting over tiny millimeters of play. Grid broken. Bad situation for JR. No, great situation for JR. My wake up.
Alright, corner swap. JR looking real good right
Drop
now.
6. Use the Havoc high counter. Not enough hits done for that link. In order to have us run the stream setup here today, we do have to have an HDMI splitter. The overhead comes through again. None of the Enkidu's are blocking Elton's overheads. The HDMI splitter can sometimes add a little bit of lag onto it. Maybe they're having some combo jumps because of it.
It's tough to always block right when you've been playing for this long, when there's so many other options.
Tournaments are not sprints, they are marathons. The person who won all of this, they are going to have one loss or less. They just have to go going and going and going. If your reflexes get soft after the 5th game, you're going to stop blocking overhead. You're going to have to either adapt to GG, or you're just going to have to lose.
This is a great situation for JR.
Grid break on the overhead. No one's blocking their head.
One thing that's going on with the grid breaks, I think, is that both of these players are committing a lot to just down backing for a very long time, flashing green guard just to try to win the grid cycle. So what they're doing is just layering in the overheads, not to actually try to catch people crouch blocking, but to try to break a down shield, I think.
I want to just call out a perfect play from Athos there. They chain shifted like 10 frames before they won a second grid cycle to get a second chain shift that won them the game on the DP.
Very good stuff.
Like, this is Eunice. This is the Knight. And look at all that meter. Instant.
This is kind of what I was talking about. They're spending a lot of time just green guarding, and so we're seeing these overheads that are an attempt to kind of discourage that.
And you'll notice that Athos actually did green guard there once, getting so many grid breaks in the process. While JR knew that that move from Eltham was like a 2-hitter and decided to green guard the second one.
Yeah, it's important to get the green shield on multi-hit moves just whenever possible, unless it kind of opens you up to a setup where you're going to get grid broken, because grid management is just the beginning and end of Eunice. Chain shift is such a powerful mechanic.
You were calling out how Athos was able to just get so much corner carry. It's because of these DX moves they're able to just burn continuously.
Counter hit.
I have a counter in the corner. Not enough. We didn't need resources. This is death. They're down. JR pushing the clock almost to the wire, getting the first round in Game 3. No, gets Game 4.
Great start for us. JR putting Athos into the corner. Athos saying no. A lot of meter on both sides, 200 each. Probably going to see Athos spend here to get the extra corner carry, get the extra damage.
Reload, pushes them out with the extra spacing of green guard, and just immediately change the DP.
Just stands there.
Menacingly.
Yeah, it's you see them say anything, maybe I grab, maybe I press a button, and then just the meaty. Athos is very good at doing baits like that. They just kind of play on player tendency. It's the same sort of thing they've been doing where they run up and assault in order to bait a grab.
Oh, that delay, that subtle delay on the throw from JR. If they'd been able to establish OP over that, they wouldn't be dead right now.
And Athos is on set point.
A subtle shield coming for the second and third hits of the EX move to get plus frames.
Counter hit. Large damage. Again, change shift. Giving Athos the chance to punish that, take the corner. What's the Oki?
The overheads! Grid break! They're shielding on Oki!
This is huge. The damage is so high off of this.
4K. Oh, and a 2A starter with
this actually might be enough.
This is enough.
It's really close.
They can bail off.
Yeah, there it is.
Super. Boom.
And Athos is going to move on to Grand Finals through the Enkidu Gauntlet. Athos has been sitting here playing for like 4 matches straight.
And they're about to get... Okay, let's see. I'm going to take a look at the bracket. We have 1, 2, 3. That was 3 in a row. Here's coming 4. And if they want to win this, they're going to have to reset the bracket and get a 5th round straight. Not moving an inch from that chair.
It's tough.
Athos ran through our home favorite Batista. Athos ran through the entire gauntlet of Enkidus. And Athos is here in order to get to challenge JunBear. As I'm going to go take a look at the bracket and see who knocked Athos into losers in the first place, because Athos has been on fire. It was JR. JR 1-2-1. The person that Athos just defeated was the person who sent Athos into losers in the first place. That was a run back. Athos was ready for that.
Athos did not want to lose to Enkidu again.
As this is the first time these two players are seeing running into each other in tonight's bracket, as we have our grand finals here at the greatest tournament in Colorado, Winter Showdown 2023.
JunBear versus Athos. Linne versus Eltnum. Both of these characters they're kind of all-rounders. Linne is a lot speedier in general, but neither of these characters are super committed to just one play style. I think it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how they choose to maneuver around each other.
Exactly. Notably, Linne generally has better air mobility than most of the cast. She's got a couple of things in order to adjust her momentum, including an air fireball and an extra overhead that holds her
dive kick.
And a dive kick. But Eltnum has the perfect counter for that. She has a gun.
Gun's good.
That gets a full combo conversion on hits. Like the high counter that the bounce gun does, that just goes, catches everything in the air. Full conversions, full screen. And Athos has been showing that they know exactly how to use that. The fist bump goes through as...
All right, we're getting started here. Grand finals.
In the beautiful field of cherry blossoms at night.
Starting off strong with a parry.
Shields. Just holding all of it. Just checking once with a big sweep from Eltnum. Single check into a throw. Waking up buttons. We've seen that a lot from Athos.
Yeah, both of these players are very patient when they're not super far in the advantage. We see JunBear doing a lot too of just kind of backdashing just like that, not wanting to be at risk, willing to not go for the stronger Oki in favor of just not having the danger involved of kind of playing RPS against the opponent with meter and chain shift.
Is that a hard punish?
Big conversion too.
Athos patiently waiting to try and find their opening, which JunBear has been doing an excellent job of baiting and punishing those exact moments, and abusing the respect that Athos has been given. But Athos finally found the opening. This might kill. Can it kill?
It might not be enough.
They need a little bit in order to get a veil off.
DX Kuga going to
10 seconds.
Take the corner. Tries to get a grab. 7 left.
Wakes up.
Reversal. I really respect that. They were at the point where if they were forced to block any longer, they would have just lost the timeout. So they had two options, either reversal and it works, or just lose. So they took the line that had a chance of winning it all.
Excellent play from JunBear. We've been hyping up Athos for the last 4 games in a row, but that's just because JunBear was so convincing of their win on Winner's Final. You just haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah, Athos has been on the stream. Big damage, 5,200.
50%.
Trophy earned.
I'm going to tell Excruciation about that one.
There you go, Excruciation. Enjoy your free trophy.
I'm certain he's going to enjoy getting the 100% achievements on all of these stations.
This is actually probably down.
Yeah.
Actually, probably. Linne, up 2 rounds. JunBear starting out strong in grand finals.
Despite the single best combo we've seen on this entire PlayStation in its history, according to that trophy, Athos still wasn't able to turn it around. JunBear recognized Athos' defensive playstyle and abusing it. They've gotten so many pressure resets with dash-ups, and Athos eventually getting small hits here and there. It's been adding up.
All right. What is the Fu trying to get something off of that weird mid-air chain shift? Unfortunately committing a little bit too much, giving JunBear a way to get through. What a bait! That's crazy. JunBear is so smart about when they're backdashing in order to try to bait things out.
Wasn't able to punish that roll. The empty low, they blocked that?
Okay, now I see why JunBear said see me in Unis.
We are
it's all
currently
making
seeing a
sense
lot
now.
of seeing.
Sorry everyone in this bracket for beating JunBear and Zerd. I feel like this is my fault at this point.
Rage is energy. It was being spent and turned into something. You're seeing it right now. Chasing the backdash!
JunBear's Lene is so sick.
Grid break.
Big damage once again. What a grab. Losing the corner, but rolling back into it. And Athos just kind of overwhelmed. They're not. One of Athos' big player strengths so far has been able to dictate the pace of a match and respond to their opponent's aggression with a counter poke or a reversal and just kind of leverage off that.
But JunBear is just not getting any openings for that.
Yeah, they've just been playing so oppressively. They're not giving Athos the chance to get into his comfort zone at all.
Like, JunBear's on match tournament point already. Catches a backdash even. What's the combo? Maintains Oki.
Here we go. Athos given a chance to get it started.
High counter. Better make this Oki count. That wake up jump. You saw Athos abusing it earlier. And now, just one jab. That's it, just jab.
Important drop though. Athos is starting to get the momentum. Now they're back at neutral.
JunBear baited out the sweep from Athos, but still, the suppression is calculated and intentional. They didn't want to take the risk on trying to punish that sweep because of how close it was.
No life for either player.
No one's blocking overhead today. Needs every last bit of this.
Using all of the resources, but Athos round on the board.
The first round Athos has gotten in Grand Finals. They have to take 5 more of those in a row to have a chance of resetting the bracket.
It's tough. JunBear has a lot of meter here too.
But like, Athos is finding these openings now.
Bail off.
Bail off, grid broken.
Bail off still going to be going on for a while. With chain shift, JunBear is going to have the chance to get a huge momentum shift. I respect that. Going for the charged overhead to try to get a little bit better proration to cash out the bail off. Like Assault A does not lead to a lot of damage.
No, not at all.
Oh, this is death though. Athos might be getting a win on the board.
They have this. Athos with 2 wonderful combo conversions. Puts it on. 2 more rounds and they get a reset.
Okay, still a long road to walk. You know JunBear doesn't want to see things go that way.
Spacing from JunBear. Grid break throw. Oh no. Athos is in a really bad spot this frame. Grid broken. Counter hit thrown into the corner. They got 2 hits of life left. They got 1 hit of life left. Wakes up, challenges it, not able to get the full conversion. And we saw previously in
double overhead. This is death. JunBear's on. No,
drops it,
not cash out.
Recognize the drop and doesn't try and push it. We saw that happening at the NQs previously. They missed their link, they tried to push the combo even though, and they just gave Athos a full corner conversion. But like, Athos can't afford.
We're just rolling out
a single DP on wake up, and that's why the Athos will have the rollouts. Maintain the grid shift. You have to take a risk if they want to wake up DP again. Wake up DP is all it takes. Facing. Plus frames. Challenges it! Doesn't have the resources to kill here because it's spent this chain shift already.
Wait, just barely enough. No, they didn't have the chain shift.
Oh,
that's tragic.
Athos trying to make the Magic Pixel comeback and can't quite make it. Tournament point for JunBear.
But Athos wants to keep that from happening. This is a great way to do it. Counter hit.
Let's there. The momentum change. I think that's the first time Athos has actually tried doing an intentional anti-air, because we saw previously against the Batista just holding it to blocks the entire time, and we saw earlier in jump in. Athos was thrown into the corner and had to make the comeback because they didn't challenge jump in. That time, they tried to challenge an anti-air and they get counter hit for it. JunBear, yes for tournaments.
Oh, this might actually just be
The
it.
conversion, the chain shift.
Yeah, one super, and this will
Yes!
do it. JunBear is going to win.
JunBear shaking their fist, the fist bump comes through.
I think I'm going to let them know that I will politely decline to see them in Unis.
I think we've seen enough of them in Unis, as JunBear is our champion for Under Night at Winter Showdown 2023.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, see them in Exert if you can.
Yeah, I will continue to see them in Exert. They can see me in Exert as much as they would like. What a tournament run. JunBear, excellent backdashes. That's the big thing that I really liked about their play, is they were so good at just running into the space another character would like to use in order to do their best poke, backdashing, and then whiff punishing by running in with Lene's foot speed. And their consistency with doing that was just so high.
That was just some wonderful units coming from both our players. Athos with that legendary losers run, and JunBear with the oppressive calculated control the entire way through, down to that last JA change shit that we were even talking about previously. JunBear, just absolutely wonderful set.
Very good stuff.
This was Silver Tabby commentating, signing off as Minimat, and next up on this stream, stay tuned, as we're going to be running our mainline event for all of Winter Showdown, our biggest bracket here. Guilty Gear Strive coming up next right here. Stay tuned for more of our favorite tournament in all of Colorado.
Yeah, take it easy, everyone.
See you around.